objective of problem set 4. Take out page number 78 of your textbook. Question number 5. A, B, C are in continuous proportion. If A is equal to 3 and C is equal to 27, then find B. Now here in the question itself, it is said that A, B, C are in continuous proportion. And we know that if A, B, C are in continuous proportion, then B square is equal to A. Okay, now we are having value of A as 3, C as 27. We'll put these values into this formula. B square is equal to A is 3 and C is 27. 27 3 is 81. So we have got B square as 81. Now we'll take square root of both the sides. So it becomes B square becomes B and 81 is square of 9. So we have got value of B as 9. In this way, if value of A is to be find out, then you have to use the same formula, and for C also. Just go through the solution. We'll take next question. Question number 6. Convert the following ratios into percentage. First one is 37 as to 500. This 500 we can convert into 100 by dividing 5. So we'll divide 37 with 5. 500 divided by 5 and 37 divided by 5. 37 divided by 5 becomes 7.4 and 500 divided by 5 becomes 100. Okay, so that is 7.4%. Second one, second ratio is 5 upon 8. Now here we can't convert this 8 into 100. So what we'll do? We multiply and divide 5 by 8 with 100. So it becomes 5 upon 8 into 100 divided by 100. Okay. Then this becomes 500 upon 8 upon 100. We'll divide 500 by 8. So it becomes 62.5 upon 100. So this is 62.5%. Third example, 22 upon 30. Now here also we can't convert this 30 into 100 because we have to find out percentage. So what we'll do? We'll multiply and divide it by 100. So 22 upon 30 into 100 upon 100. So it becomes, we'll multiply 22 with 100, that is 2200 upon 30 upon 100. We'll divide 2200 with 30. So it becomes 73.33 upon this 100. So we'll write it like this, 73.33%. In this way, you can convert any given ratio into percentage. Fourth example of question number 6. Five upon 16. This 5 upon 16, here 16 also can't be converted into 100. So here also we'll multiply and divide this with 100. So is equal to 5 upon 16 into 100 upon 100. We'll multiply 5 with 100. It becomes 500 upon 16 divided by 100. If we'll divide 500 with 16, then it becomes 31.25 upon 100. So that is 31.25%. Next example, fifth one, 144 upon 1200. Now here we can convert this 1200 by 100. Okay, how? By dividing 12. So we'll divide 144 with 12 and 1200 with 12. So 144 divided by 12 and 1200 divided by 12. This becomes 100 and 144 divided by 12 becomes 12. Okay, so this we can write down as 12%. We'll take next question, question number 7. Write the ratios of first quantity to second quantity in the reduced form. First example is 1024 MB and 1.2 GB. Now in the question it is given that 1024 MB is equal to 1 GB. Okay, so how we'll write down this ratio? this ratio will be 1 GB to 1.2 GB. Okay, that is 1 upon 1.2. Okay, this we can convert, will divide 1 by 1.2. So it becomes, we'll write 1.2 as 12 upon 10. So it becomes 1 divided by 1.2. So that is 1 divided by, we'll write 1.2 as 12 upon 10. Okay. Now we'll convert it into multiplication form. So it becomes 10 upon 12. Okay. And if we'll simplify this, we'll divide it by 2. 2 5 is 10 and 2 6 is 12. So 1 into 5 upon 6, that is becomes 5 upon 6. Therefore, the given ratio is 5:6. Let's go through the solution. We'll take next example of question number 7. That is second example. Uh, 17 rupees and 25 rupees 60 paise. Now here we have to convert this 17 rupees into paise and this 25 rupees also into paise. Now we know that 1 rupee is 100 paise. We will multiply 17 with 100. So it becomes 1700 paise. Now this 25 rupees 60 paise, 25 rupees 25 into 100 plus 60. So it becomes 2500 plus 60. That is 2560 paise. Okay, now we'll take its ratio 1700 paise to 2560. We'll write 1700 upon 2560. Now we'll simplify this. We'll multiply it with 85 with 20. So we'll get 1700 and 128 with 20. Okay. So it becomes 85 upon 128. That is 85 to 128. This is the reduced form of given quantity. We have to make units equal, and then we have to find out reduced form. We'll take third one. Third example is 5 dozen and 120 units. Now we have to convert 5 dozen into units. We know that 1 dozen is 12 units. So we'll multiply 5 with 12. So 12 5s are 60. That is 60 units. Okay, now we'll find out the ratio for 60 as to 120. 60 upon 120. 60 is 61 and 120 is 62. So it becomes 1 by 2. That is, we'll write 1 as 2. Next example of question number 7, that is fourth one. Four square meter and 800 square centimeter. Now this meter we have to convert into centimeter. We know that 1 meter is 100 centimeter. So we'll multiply this 4 with 100. Okay. But here square meter is given. So we'll multiply twice with 100. Okay. And we'll find out it with ratio with 800 square centimeter. So this will write down as 4 into 100 into 100 upon 800. We will simplify this. So it becomes 400 upon, we'll divide 100 ones are 100 and 100 eights are 800. So 400 upon 8. If we'll simplify this, 8 ones are 8, 8 fives are 40 and 0. So that is 50 upon 1. So the given ratio is 50 as to 1. Its reduced form is 50 as to 1. fifth example, 1.5 kg and 2500 grams. Now we have to convert this 1.5 kg into gram. We know that 1 kg is 1000 grams. So we'll multiply 1.5 with 1000. It becomes 1500 grams. Now we'll take ratio for this 1500 upon 2500. Okay. Here we can simplify this 0 gets cancelled. So that is 15 upon 25. We can simplify this also. 5 3s are 15 and we will write here 5 3s are and 5 5s are 25. So it becomes 3 upon 5. That is the ratio is 3:5. We'll take next question, that is question number 8. If A upon B is equal to 2 upon 3, then find the values of the following expressions. First one is 4A plus 3B upon 3B. Now what is given? A upon B is equal to 2 upon 3. Now here you can see that 4 is with A and 3 is in multiplication with B. Okay, so we'll multiply both the sides by 4 upon 3 here. So it becomes A upon B into 4 upon 3 is equal to 2 upon 3 into 4 upon 3. So here it becomes 4A upon 3B is equal to 4 to the 8, 8 3 the 9. Okay, now we'll apply property of component. So it becomes 4A plus 3B upon 3B. It's like our given example. Is equal to 8 plus 9 upon 9. 4A plus 3B upon B is equal to 8 plus 9, 17 upon 9. Okay, so the value of given expression is 17 upon 9. Next example of question number 8, that is second one, 5A square plus 2B square upon 5A square minus 2B square. We have to find out value for this. Now we are having a upon b is equal to 2 upon 3. Now here you can see that a and b is having square. So we'll square both the sides. A square upon b square is equal to square of 2 is 4 and square of 3 is 9. Now here you can see that 5 is with a and 2 is with b. So we'll multiply both the sides by 5 upon 2. A square upon b square into 5 upon 2 is equal to 4 upon 9 into 5 upon 2. Okay, so that is 5a square upon 2b square. We can simplify this. 2 1s are 2, 2 4, 2 2s are 4. So here 5 2s are 10 upon 9. Okay, now here we'll apply componendo and dividend. So this becomes 5a square plus 2b square upon 5a square minus 2b square. 10 plus 9 upon 10 minus 9. This remains as it is. 10 plus 9, 19, and 10 minus 9, 1. That is the value of given expression is 19. This we can write down as 19 only. Just go through the solution. Next example, third one of question number 8. A cube plus b cube upon b cube. We have to find out value of this expression. Now what we'll do? A upon b is equal to 2 upon 3. So here we'll cube both the sides. It becomes a cube upon b cube is equal to cube of 2 is 8 and cube of 3 is 27. Now we'll apply property of componendo here. A cube plus b cube upon b cube is equal to 8 plus 27 upon 27. that is equal to 27 plus 8, 35 upon 27. Therefore, value of the given expression is 35 upon 27. A cube plus b cube upon b cube is equal to 35 upon 27. Just go through the solution. Fourth example, 7b minus 4a upon 7b plus 4a. We have to find out value of this expression. We are having a upon b is equal to 2 upon b. Now you can see that 4 is in multiplication with a and 7 with b. So we'll multiply here both the sides by 7 upon 4. Okay, before that we'll do the we apply the property of invertendo. Now multiply both the sides by 7 upon 4. B upon A into 7 upon 4. C upon 2 into 7 upon 4. This is 7B, 4A, 21 upon 4 to the 8. Now we'll apply componendo and dividendo here. So this becomes 7B plus 4A upon 7B minus 4A is equal to 21 plus 8 upon 21 minus 8. 21 plus 8 is 29 and 21 minus 8 is 30. So we have got value for 7B plus 4A upon 7B minus 4A. But we have to find out value for 7B minus 4A upon 7B plus 4A. So we'll apply invertendo here. So it becomes 7B minus 4A upon 7B plus 4A is equal to 13 upon 29. This is the value of given expression. Just go through the solution. Question number 9 is reduced from your syllabus. We'll move towards question number 10. Question number 11, 12 and 13 also reduced from your syllabus. Now what is given into the question number 10? If ABC are in continuous proportion, then prove that the given expression. First one is A upon A plus 2B is equal to A minus 2B upon A minus 4C. Now what is said that ABC are in continuous proportion. Okay, now here we'll use K method, that is A upon B is equal to B upon C is equal to K. So A is equal to BK and B is equal to CK. Okay, we can put this value of B here into A is equal to BK. So it becomes A is equal to BK is CK into K, that is CK square. Okay, so we'll put the value of B as CK and A as CK square. Okay, first we'll take this left hand side expression. Left hand side is A upon A plus 2B. We'll put these values of AB. A is CK square upon CK square plus 2. B is CK. Okay, now here CK square as it is. Here we can take CK common. Here we'll take CK. So what is remains here? K plus 2. Okay. Now here CK and CK get cancelled. So here K remains is equal to K upon K plus 2. Okay, this we have got. This will mark as 1. Now we'll do same thing for right hand side also. What is expression of right hand side? A minus 2B upon A minus 4C. So that is equal to A is CK square minus 2, B is CK upon A is CK square minus 4C. Okay. Now here we'll take CK common here. So what is remaining? K minus 2. Okay. And here we'll take C common. So what is remaining? K square minus 4. So CK into K minus 2 remains as it is. C, this K square minus 4 we can write like K plus 2 and K minus 2. Okay, so that what will happen? K minus 2 cancel, C get cancelled. So what is remaining? K upon K plus 2. This will mark as equation number 2. Now here you can see that first we have got K upon K plus 2 and second also we have got K upon K plus 2. That is both are equal. So what we can say that A upon A plus 2B is equal to A minus 2B upon A minus 4. C from equation 1 and 2. Just go through the solution. Let's take one more example, that is last example of problem set. Here also we have to do the same thing, that is we have to first find out the value of left hand side and then right hand side. We are having values of A and B, that is A is sec square and B is sec. So we'll put these values first left hand side, that is B upon B plus C. Value of B is ck plus C. Here we'll take C common. So what is remaining? K here and here 1. CC gets cancelled. So K upon K plus 1. This is our equation number 1. For right hand side also we'll do the same thing. A minus B upon A minus C. That is ck square minus ck upon A is ck square minus C. Here we'll take common ck. So what is remaining here? K and here minus 1 upon here we can take C common. So what is remaining? K square minus 1. Now here this K square minus 1 we can write down like this, K plus 1 into K minus 1. Here K minus 1, K minus 1 cancel, C and C get cancelled. So what is remaining? K upon K plus 1. This will mark as second equation. Now you can see that from left hand side we have got first equation, that is K upon K plus 1. And from right hand side also we have got same value, that is K upon K plus 1. So it shows that B upon B plus C is equal to A minus B upon A minus C. This is from 1 and 2. Let's go through the solution. Students, I hope everyone understood. we have completed with all the examples of problem set 4. Thank you everyone. Ajakta ma'am, we have finished. Prajakta ma'am. Ma'am. Hello, Prajakta ma'am.
Hello.
Yes, ma'am, we have finished.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.